A sensory book is a must have for every teacher. It's visually attractive, keeps the child busy, develops fine and motor skills. Language skills are also developed using this book. The materials needed for making this book would be a cereal box, a scrapbook, all kinds of sensory materials that you have around the house. I've collected a few. I'll be sharing the list in the description box below. Now, other than this, I will also need a ruler, a pencil, a scissor, a precision knife, a one-hole punch, paper tape, and other tapes for decoration, handmade paper for covering the book, some stickers if you want to add, and Fevicol. You also need to keep two laces with you. Let's start by cutting one end of the box so that the box opens up. Now if you see, you have a nice box kind of a thing which is a good support as a book cover. The extra parts you can cut it out. Okay, now we have this. I need to now take the scrapbook, come to the middle page and open the stapler pins very carefully so that I can glide out each paper. You will be comfortably able to use double 7 sheets. Now, we need to see whether this paper would fit our cereal box. So let's take the box and measure the paper. Now I realize that after putting it, it's a slightly little bigger. So I'm going to make it 4 centimeters small from the side, and I'm going to cut out 4 centimeters from the side of the paper. And I'm going to reduce from the bottom 2.5 centimeters. So from the side 4 centimeters, from the bottom 2.5 centimeters. Draw a line and cut out those pieces. Okay, now your paper very nicely fits your cover. We need to make a margin for the punching hole. So from the side, I'm going to take approximately 2 centimeters and draw a straight line. Now I'm going to keep the ruler and fold the paper a bit to enhance the margin. It's ready. Now we are going to start decorating it. I could use a beach theme. I have sandpaper. I have a glitter round shape. I have a bubble wrap. So I'm going to begin with this theme now. Let's start by resizing our bubble paper and our sandpaper. Okay, now I'm placing it and I'm seeing it's fine. I'm going to stick the sun now. and I'm going to make a rectangle which would fit my bubble wrap and my sandpaper. I can use the sandpaper to mark out the length and the breadth of the rectangle, keeping into consideration that a bubble paper would also be included. Now when you're making this box has to be smaller than your sandpaper and your bubble wrap. I'm making a rectangle first. Next, I am just giving a slight wave to the sandpaper. Now making a wave design here. It's not very clearly visible because I'm drawing with a pencil, but when I cut it out, you'll be able to see it clearly. So on the top, I just draw some waves. Now I open up the book and I use a precision knife to cut the rectangle first. Use a chopping board or any other board down so that your table doesn't get damaged. Once your rectangle is out, use a fine scissor to cut out the waves. Now here my waves are all cut out, and now you can see how I've drawn them. Now open this up, take the sandpaper and the bubble wrap, and you'll see it's very nicely fitting and giving you enough space to stick it at the sides. That is why the rectangle was smaller. Now we're going to use paper tape to fit the sandpaper from the bottom and the side. And now gently glide in the bubble wrap, which is the water, and fix it very, very securely. Next, I could just add a little bit of color on the waves to make it look more interesting. You could also decorate the sand. So the first paper is over. We just need to glue it now to make it more stronger, and also to hide those paper tapes that you have stuck. Spread the Fevicol very nicely and firmly using your hands stick it. Now I've made other papers like this which are theme based. Once I'm done with this, I need to punch a hole. So I will take a single punch, push it as much as I can into the paper, and punch a hole from bottom and from the top. So one hole on the top, one hole on the bottom. I'll repeat the process for every paper. When all the sheets are done, I have to now work on the cover. I've covered it later with a handmade paper. Now for the cover also, I need to make now 2 holes from the bottom and 2 from the top. Now take 2 laces, or it could be 2 strings or 2 satin ribbons. Pass the first lace through only the top holes of all the papers, and the second lace from the bottom hole of all the papers. Now open up your box cover. Now take the ribbons which are protruding from the top sheet and make them enter from the first hole. Now turn all the sheets, and the last sheet, the ribbon protruding from the last sheet, will pass through the second hole, both from the top and the bottom. Once you are done, tie a bow which is neither too tight nor too loose. Your sensory book is ready to go. It's visually attractive, very engaging, and your children will have lots of fun exploring it.